Hey everyone, welcome back to Sweet World Podcast, the podcast where we dive deep into all things mental health and self-improvement. I'm Jack.
And I'm Sarah. Today, we're tackling a topic that is both frustrating and incredibly common: overthinking.
We've all been there, caught in a loop of endless thoughts, replaying conversations, or agonizing over decisions. But why does overthinking happen? What does it do to us? And most importantly, how do we stop?
Those are exactly the questions we're answering today. Plus, we've got some practical tips, relatable stories, and a lot of research-backed insights to share, so let's jump right in.
First, let's break it down. What exactly is overthinking? Overthinking is when you obsessively focus on a thought or problem without making progress toward a solution. It's like being stuck in mental quicksand. The more you think, the deeper you sink.
That's a great metaphor, Jack. And the key difference here is that overthinking isn't the same as healthy introspection.
Right. Healthy introspection is constructive. You're reflecting on your actions or decisions to learn and grow. Overthinking, on the other hand, is repetitive and unproductive. For example, let's say you had an awkward moment in a meeting. Healthy introspection would be thinking, okay, I stumbled over my words. Next time, I'll prepare my thoughts in advance. Overthinking sounds more like, why did I say that? Everyone must think I'm incompetent. I'll probably never be taken seriously again.
Exactly. Overthinking magnifies problems and adds layers of self-doubt and anxiety.
Let's move on to some of the signs of overthinking. How can you tell if you're overthinking and not just being thorough?
Here are some of the most common signs include difficulty sleeping. Your mind races at night, replaying events or worrying about the future. Indecisiveness. You can't make a decision because you're analyzing every possible outcome. Rumination. This is when you dwell on the past, especially on mistakes or regrets. Anxiety or stress. Overthinking often leaves you feeling on edge or overwhelmed. Procrastination. You delay making decisions or taking action because you're afraid of getting it wrong. Physical symptoms, headaches, muscle tension, or even digestive issues can stem from chronic overthinking.
And let's not forget the mental exhaustion it causes. Overthinking drains your energy because your brain is working overtime with no resolution. It's like leaving all your apps running on your phone. You're going to run out of battery quickly.
So why do we overthink? Are we wired this way? Or are there specific triggers?
It's a mix of both, actually. Here are some of the most common causes. Stress. When life feels uncertain or overwhelming, our brains go into overdrive trying to make sense of it all. Perfectionism. If you have high standards for yourself, you're more likely to overanalyze every decision to avoid mistakes. Past experiences. Negative experiences, especially failures or traumas, can make you overly cautious and prone to overthinking. Personality traits. Some people are naturally more analytical or sensitive, which can lead to overthinking. Social media doesn't help either. We're constantly comparing ourselves to others, which can fuel overthinking about how we measure up.
So true. And let's not forget cultural factors. Some cultures place a lot of emphasis on success or appearances, which can add pressure to overanalyze everything.
Okay, let's talk about the impact. Overthinking isn't just annoying. It has real consequences.
Absolutely. For starters, it takes a toll on your mental health. Overthinking is closely linked to anxiety and depression. It also impacts your relationships. If you're constantly second-guessing what someone meant by a comment or worrying about how you're perceived, it can create unnecessary tension.
And then, there's productivity. Overthinking often leads to paralysis by analysis. You're so caught up in weighing every option that you don't take action.
It's like trying to write a paper but spending all your time researching instead of actually writing.
Exactly. And on a physical level, chronic overthinking can contribute to headaches, fatigue, and other stress-related issues. Let's make this real. Have you ever had a moment where overthinking completely took over?
Oh, for sure. Last month, I sent an email to my boss and accidentally wrote, "Thanks, Sarah," twice at the end. I spent the entire afternoon obsessing over it, thinking she'd notice and judge me.
Classic overthinking. Did she even mention it?
Nope, not a word. That's the thing, most of what we overthink about isn't even noticed by other people.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff. How do we stop overthinking?
Well, psychologists have developed various strategies to help individuals manage overthinking. Here are some of those strategies. Mindfulness. Practice grounding techniques, like deep breathing or focusing on your senses, to pull yourself out of your thoughts. Challenging your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Often, you'll find that your worries are exaggerated. Journaling. Write down your thoughts to get them out of your head. This can help you organize your worries and see them more objectively. Stress management techniques. Practices like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and yoga can help reduce stress and anxiety associated with overthinking. Set time limits. Give yourself a set amount of time to think about a problem. When the time's up, move on. Practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. No one's perfect, and that's okay. Physical activity. Exercise is a great way to clear your mind and reduce stress. Time management. Effective time management can help reduce feelings of being overwhelmed and reduce the likelihood of overthinking.
One technique I found helpful is thought stopping. When you notice yourself spiraling, literally say, "Stop" out loud. It sounds silly, but it works.
That's a good one. Another tip is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't.
But what if these strategies aren't enough? When should someone consider professional help?
Well, if overthinking is interfering with your life, your work, relationships, or mental health, it's time to reach out. A therapist can help you identify the root causes and teach you effective ways to manage it. Therapy isn't just for crises, it's a proactive way to improve your mental health, much like going to the gym improves your physical health.
Exactly. And if therapy feels daunting, starting with support groups or even apps like BetterHelp can be a great first step. Also, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, can help a lot. CBT is a widely effective therapy that helps individuals identify and challenge negative thoughts, replacing them with more realistic and positive ones.
Remember, overthinking is a habit, not a personality trait. Let's work on breaking that habit together. Challenge yourself to replace overthinking with action. Even small steps can make a big difference. Don't let your mind be your prison. Break free from overthinking and embrace the present moment.
As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this. Overthinking can be a real roadblock, but it's one we can overcome. By practicing mindfulness, challenging negative thoughts, and taking small, consistent steps, we can break free from the cycle of excessive worrying. Remember, it's okay to feel uncertain sometimes, but don't let it stop you from living your life. Overthinking often stems from fear of the unknown. But remember, growth happens outside of your comfort zone. So, the next time you find yourself spiraling into a thought loop, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And then take action anyway.
Let's make a pact to be kinder to ourselves. Instead of dwelling on what could go wrong, let's focus on what we can control. By shifting our focus, we can reduce stress and improve our overall well-being. I encourage you to share your experiences with overthinking in the comments below. Let's support each other on this journey to a more peaceful mind.
You're not alone. Everyone struggles with overthinking at some point. It's all about learning how to manage it. Thanks for tuning in to Sweet World Podcast. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend who might need it.
And don't forget to subscribe, leave us a comment, and join us next week as we tackle another topic to help you live your best life. See you next time. Bye.